We got ourselves a Phil series starting tonight.
Hey.
Phillies, Nationals.
Tomato can.
Well, I with you. They're tomato canny, but they have been playing terrible. They got blown out yesterday by the Mets, but they beat the Mets twice this week, and I actually think they're coming in here playing decent baseball, so the Phillies won't be able to roll over them. They got to play
well. This is a pivotal series.
Oh, yeah, because Arizona's after this. Yeah, so I need at least 2 out of 3 against the Nats. But one thing I think is interesting is the lineup, right? So they had a good night on Saturday, the Phillies. Sunday, they scraped by a victory, but they're still not scoring a ton of runs, per game and hitting home runs and all that. But Q, I am starting to look at the lineup a little bit differently. So we've done the Bryce and Stott leadoff thing for a few weeks, right? Stott's been leading off.
Been pretty decent.
He has played. He's been
like
fine.
292.
I like the way Stott has played this year. He's been fine. And, Turner does it against lefties. But Jack put this up this morning, and it kind of confirmed what my eyes were telling me. Schwarber has cooled off considerably since they put him in the cleanup spot to protect Bryce, right? When we did that, it was like, we got to protect Bryce. Well, we're not getting the best out of Schwarber. Since they moved Schwarber to the cleanup spot, 208 batting average, 391 OBP, which he always gets on base wherever he is, but his slugging percentage is only 283, and he only has 1 home run. Hugh, I know this is a fun little experiment, and it's worked out okay, because Stott, you're right, Stott has been fine. But I need more out of Schwarber. I'm starting to wonder if Schwarber just is more comfortable at leadoff. And we got to put him back there. I've always been a Schwarber leadoff guy. I'd rather keep Schwarber at leadoff. I understood why they did what they did because they were desperate behind Bryce. Hugh, what do you think? Should they put Schwarber back at the leadoff spot? Because they haven't gotten the best out of him since they moved him down.
I'll say this, Joe, and I'm going to long talk just a little bit because I feel like, the Bryson Stott thing looks like it's starting to – it looks a lot better than we thought it was going to look.
He's done fine.
At the beginning. I think that we're still in an adjustment phase. And the fact that we won the last 2 games that we were in against the Cubs, I'm not ready to push the panic button just yet because I feel like everybody's still trying to get comfortable in their new role. So I hear what you're saying about Schwarber's power and everything like that. But to be honest, I think that this is just the growing pains of adjusting to the situation you're in. Because we were talking about last week how Bryce Harper wasn't using his protection behind him. Looks like he's starting to do that a little bit more now. Trying to use the fact that he's being protected by Schwarber a little bit. So I feel like let's just keep it like it is for a little while longer as long as we are still winning baseball.
Yeah,
games.
well, the 2 wins over the weekend did let everyone hit the sigh, right? You get a sigh of relief, right? Like, all right, they won a couple games. They're not on a 6 or 7 or 8 game losing streak. That's nice. But it's funny because we wanted to protect Harper, but now I wonder if part of this is who's protecting Schwarber, right? Like I wonder if part of the reason why he hasn't done as well is, he's still walking a lot, right? Schwarber always walks a lot, but there's not that Bryce Harper behind him in the lineup to where teams are giving Schwarber the fastball. I like this team better with Schwarber leading off. There's a jolt to start the game. It's not an anti-Stott thing. Again, I agree with you. Stott's done fine. I mean, Stott's done a nice job when he's hitting leadoff against righties. There's just no juice to Stott. There's juice to Schwarber. Kyle, where are you at on the leadoff situation as we've experimented a lot this year with this? I've always wanted it to be Schwarber. I've went along with the Stott thing, but if Schwarber's not hitting a cleanup, what are we doing?
No, I understand the protecting Harper thing, but it doesn't I don't know how well it's working out for Bryce, and I don't know if that's because I don't know for what actual reason it is. Maybe he's dealing with something, but not really hitting. He's not really hitting for power that much. It's kind of been a pretty mid to bad start to the season for Bryce Harper. I think we can now look back and attribute the Bryson Stott struggles last year to that elbow issue that he talked about, not necessarily where he was in the lineup or anything like that. I think wherever you put Stott, he's going to hit. Like the Schwarber thing, I think what you said is true. It doesn't really seem to be working out that now Schwarber doesn't really have protection in the lineup. Like, I really think the best version of the lineup is with Schwarber at the top. And then and this seems like a tough ask, but like Alec Boehm or one of the other right-handed hitters, Castellanos, need to step up and be able to protect Bryce behind him. Like, I don't know. It seems to be affecting Schwarber more, and I've been kind of like pulling whatever hair I have out of my head saying, like, can we start hitting some freaking home runs?
It's crazy how few home runs they've had.
Yeah, and like, if they start coming back in the form of solo shots by Kyle Schwarber, I'm okay with that. But like, I think the best version of the lineup right now functions with him at the leadoff.
I'm with you. Yeah, and during a Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN, they had a stat on the screen. I think Harper and Schwarber have accounted for 55% of the team's home runs. I think they're like 12 out of the whatever. And that's the highest percentage of baseball for two guys in a lineup. That's where the power comes from. So I need to get the most out of Schwarber, and he hasn't done that in the cleanup spot. 215-592-9494. Schwarber back to leadoff. Would you press that button, or are you like Hugh? Let's let this thing marinate for a little while longer. Because they're doing the Stott or Turner, depending on righty-lefty. Where are you at on that?